Hello everybody, Vibes of a Wildlife here. Welcome to another video where we dive into the heart, humor, and unexpected life lessons from the animal kingdom. Reindeer, the VIPs of Santa's sleigh team. The festive icons of Christmas sweaters, holiday jingles, and inflatable lawn decor. But let's be real, what do we actually know about them? Spoiler alert, it's probably not much beyond they fly and Rudolph's nose glows. Here's the thing, these animals are way more than Santa's magical sidekicks. They're Arctic warriors, long-distance athletes, and some of the toughest creatures roaming the tundra. Before we dive into their wild lives, take a second to like this video, share it with your fellow animal-loving friends, and subscribe to the channel. It's the easiest way to spread some reindeer cheer and keep the wild vibes coming your way. Alright, let's meet the real reindeer. Trust me, they're cooler than you think. Reindeer, or as their North American cousins call themselves, caribou, are the same species but with a flair for identity. It's all about location and lifestyle. Wild? You're a caribou. Domesticated? Now you're a reindeer. It's like calling yourself a New Yorker versus a suburbanite. Same person, different vibe. Let's talk stats. These Arctic icons average about 3 to 4 feet tall at the shoulder, with males tipping the scales at 300 to 400 pounds. That's like having a couch with legs and antlers wandering around. Their fur is dense and hollow, designed to trap heat and keep them cozy when temperatures dip into "why does anyone live here" territory. Their natural habitat spans across the Arctic and subarctic. Think tundra, taiga, and all the snowy expanses where the weather feels like it's personally out to get you. They're built for it though. From their wide fur-covered hooves to their supercharged noses that warm icy air before it hits their lungs, reindeer are the ultimate cold weather warriors. Oh, and here's your trivia nugget for the day. Reindeer are the only deer species where both males and females grow antlers. That's equality in action. The ladies, in fact, keep theirs well into the winter, which begs the question, who's really pulling Santa's sleigh? Reindeer are built for survival. They've got a winter wardrobe that would put any designer to shame, hollow fur. Each hair acts like a tiny thermos, trapping heat and keeping them cozy even in Arctic temperatures. It's basically nature's puffer jacket, but way cooler. And let's not forget their noses. Reindeer don't just sniff out snacks under the snow. Their noses warm the freezing air they breathe. Yes, you heard that right. They've got built-in space heaters for nostrils. Impressive, right? Now, let's talk about their feet. Wide fur-covered hooves aren't just for show. These babies are like snowshoes and shovels combined. Reindeer can glide over snowdrifts and dig through the icy crust to find their favorite snacks, like lichen, the Arctic equivalent of kale chips. They don't just survive the cold, they thrive in it. Honestly, reindeer are out here making winter look easy while the rest of us are whining about frozen toes. In their seasonal game, it's strong. In the summer, they bulk up on lush grasses and shrubs. Come winter, they switch to survival mode, eating whatever they can dig up. Their fur changes color too. Brown in the summer, white in the winter. It's like they've got a subscription to Mother Nature's fashion line. Reindeer know how to adapt. No complaints, no excuses, just pure resilience. Let's talk about reindeer migration, or as I like to call it, the Arctic's ultimate road trip. These hoofed nomads are clocking in some serious mileage, up to 3,000 miles a year. That's like running a marathon 114 times. And for what? Food, shelter, survival. No biggie, right? Here's the wild part. No maps, no GPS, and yet they nail it every time. Reindeer have this uncanny sense of direction, probably because they're more in tune with Earth's magnetic fields than most people are with their smartphones. They navigate snowy landscapes like pros, weaving through icy terrains and crossing rivers without batting an eye. Meanwhile, we get lost in mall parking lots. Let that sink in. But it's not just about knowing the way. It's about teamwork. Migration is a full-on herd effort, and reindeer are social animals to the core. They stick together, move as one, and even take turns breaking trails through the snow. Talk about squad goals. The older, wiser ones often lead the charge, while the youngsters learn the ropes. It's like an Arctic boot camp minus the yelling drill sergeant. And get this, while we humans argue over who gets shotgun, reindeer keep things surprisingly chill. They communicate through grunts and snorts, keeping the herd organized and safe. No drama, no fuss. Just pure collective hustle. Makes you wonder who the real evolved species is, huh? Let's talk about reindeer cuisine, because yes, even in the Arctic, they've got their own unique menu. Reindeer are lichen connoisseurs. That's right. Their favorite dish is essentially nature's version of garnish. Lichen, moss, and grasses make up the bulk of their diet, and let's be honest, it doesn't exactly scream 5-star meal, but it's perfect for them. Lichen is packed with carbs and energy, like the Arctic equivalent of a protein bar, except much harder to find. Speaking of hard to find, reindeer don't let a little snow get between them and their next meal. When the buffet is buried under a foot of frozen tundra, they use their hooves, sharp, strong, and shovel-like, to dig down and uncover their food. And here's the kicker, they can actually smell the lichen through the snow. Imagine being able to sniff out a snack buried in your fridge without opening the door. Impressive, right? Their diet also changes with the seasons because even reindeer need a little variety. In the summer, they feast on a spread of leaves, herbs, and berries. Basically, they swap their winter carbs for a summer salad. Not because they're watching their figure, but because it's what's available. By fall, they're bulking up again, getting ready for the winter grind. Efficient, adaptable, and always eating with purpose, reindeer might just be the ultimate foodies of the animal kingdom. Reindeer herds are like nature's version of a bustling community, but with way more antlers and zero HOA drama. These herds can range from a few dozen to thousands, depending on the season and food availability. Yes, thousands. Imagine that holiday office party where everyone shows up and nobody leaves. That's a reindeer herd in peak migration season. Now, don't think it's all chaos. There's a structure here. Dominance plays a big role, especially among the males during mating season. The strongest, most determined guys get to show off their antlers and win the ladies' attention. But here's the twist. Female reindeer also sport antlers, and they'll use them to stake their claim to food or remind the others who's boss. Equality goals, right? Bonding is where it gets heartwarming. Reindeer are social creatures that stick together for protection and comfort. They communicate with grunts, snorts, and even the clicking sound of their tendons while walking. Yes, their legs are basically their version of a ringtone. It's like they've got their own group chat, and everyone's always in the loop. What's really impressive is how they look out for each other. A herd works as a team, keeping watch for predators and sticking close when danger's near. It's loyalty at its finest. If humans could herd this well, maybe holiday family dinners wouldn't be so awkward. Let's talk about antlers. Because honestly, if there were a crown for the animal kingdom, reindeer would be strutting around wearing theirs year-round. Both male and female reindeer grow antlers, which is already a flex since most other deer species only let the males have that honor. And these antlers, they're not just for show. They're used for sparring, digging through snow for food, and establishing who's boss in the herd. Functional and fabulous. Now, here's the cool part. They shed and regrow these bad boys every single year. Think of it as their annual reset. The process starts in spring, and by the time summer hits, they're rocking a fresh set of velvety antlers that look downright luxurious. By winter, the velvet's gone, and those antlers are fully grown and ready for action. Then, just like that, they drop them off like they're ditching last season's wardrobe. The cycle starts again. Nature's version of sustainable fashion. And get this, female reindeer? They keep their antlers longer than the males, all the way through winter. So while the guys are standing around bald-headed during the holidays, the ladies are still decked out in full antler glory. That's right, Santa's sleigh team. Probably powered by a badass group of antlered females. Let that sink in next time you hear Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Reindeer antlers aren't just accessories, they're tools, weapons, and status symbols all rolled into one. Pretty impressive for something they casually toss aside every year like yesterday's leftovers. Reindeer aren't just Santa's trusty sidekicks, they're Arctic superheroes. From their epic migrations to their snow-digging, lichen-loving lifestyles, they keep the tundra ticking. Without them, the Arctic ecosystem would be a pretty bleak place. And hey, let's give them credit. Surviving the wild probably preps them better for sleigh pulling than any magical training ever could. So, the next time you see a reindeer in a holiday ad, remember the powerhouse behind the antlers. If you enjoyed learning about these amazing animals, hit that like button, share this video with your favorite nature nerd, and don't forget to subscribe for more wild facts and antics. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time, keep it steady on the antlers.